Hello, we are Sneck, and this is our final report. I am Eric, my group members are Claire, Nisa, Shaniqua, and Kazee. As a senior management team, we have determined the correct direction by putting lots of effort into our decision-making process. Our production line consists of the dorsal ZB5. It is a high-end, competitively priced kayak that is available in a variety of different colors. It is equipped with a heavy-duty rudder to increase performance while turning. Stickers have been added to better the appearance of it. Next is our HR plan. Our human resources department was a critical aspect of the overall business growth and success for us. We introduced new incentives for our employees over the years, including a health insurance plan, employee assistance programs, as well as gifts and rewards for our employees. We maintained consistent salaries for our employees. As our team consisted of 2 engineers, 2 production line supervisors, and 1 secretary, we feel like we were prepared to take on having 3 ovens early on in our production process. Our forecasting approach, for the most part, was successful. We were able to determine the weakness in our company and reduce the amount of uncertainty per period. Our production projections were pretty accurate. Our demand for the first few years was underestimated, which led to a mass amount of inventory left over. Opening a new distribution channel led to the increase in sales that we needed. Sales then returned to the projected amount once our inventory level got back within our ideal range. Our marketing mix consists of product, place, price, and promotion. Our product is the dorsal ZB5, a high-quality kayak. It includes the decals and the quality rudders, so the operator has full directional control over movement in the water. Our product is advertised and sold in Canada for $610 Canadian, Eastern and Western United States for $600 US, and Mexico for 8,062 pesos. Prices vary based on geographical location, as shipping costs and other production costs are different depending on location. For our promotional budget, we have $30,000 devoted towards marketing that is fully allocated through different resources. Our budget includes a corporate website, which 30% of our budget is invested in, catalogs, brochures, flyers, promotional articles, trade shows, televisions, billboards, contests, and magazines are also some of the other promotional resources we are using. Now Nisa will take you through the first part of the SWOT analysis.
So in terms of our SWOT analysis, our strengths as a company are that we make high quality products. All of our products are made with the highest quality materials and design concepts, which position our product in a high-end market. Our kayaks are being sold all over Canada, Eastern and Western United States, as well as Mexico. We have competitive sales prices, and our employees are thoroughly trained, therefore skilled and knowledgeable. And we have more variable costs as opposed to fixed, therefore our costs fluctuate with our production levels. Our weaknesses include high shipping costs. Shipping out to Mexico has proved to be extremely costly for us. We have a limited amount of funds, so allocating those funds to the proper resources have been challenging for us. Failure to react quickly to the changing economy has also been difficult for us. And we also have huge overtime production costs. So now Shanika is going to take you over to the opportunities and the threats.
One thing we looked at is increasing our market segmentation further. Another opportunity we have is we looked at partnering with Mexican producers so we can build our kayak in Mexico instead of in North America and having to ship them to Mexico. So we want to reduce our shipping costs. Additionally as well, we looked into expanding our brand where we can produce low-end kayaks. Also as well, we looked at merging with other top kayak producers to expand their market share. In terms of threats, we looked at intense competition. So there are 76 other kayak companies that we're competing with in this industry, so that is definitely a direct threat to us. We also looked at fluctuation within the economy. So once recession hit, then our customer has less disposable income available to, say, purchase our kayaks. So then that is definitely a threat for us. And we also looked at huge exposure to threat and damage as we have to ship our kayak to Mexico. So if our kayak is damaged or if it's stolen, then we won't be able to meet our customer demand, which is something that we definitely want to avoid. So those are the threats and opportunities that we face. Another aspect here is that the most challenging aspect of managing our company was setting our sales price. Our sales price drove our sales volume. It also drove our revenue, our profits, market share, and also market price. Initially, we decided to price our products a little below our competitors. A little above our competitors, as we felt that our kayak, in terms of the quality, justified our price. We implemented a lot of safety features on our kayaks, which allow it to be high quality. So therefore, we were comfortable with the price of our kayaks. After our first year of operation, we failed to meet the targeted revenue that we felt we wanted to meet, and our share price fell outside of the top 20 because we wanted to be within that 20 in terms of our share price. So we decided to boost our sales, so we decided to increase our sales price to, say, increase our revenue. We were happy, but we wanted again to do more, so we decided to expand internationally, so we expanded into Mexico. Another challenge that we faced once we expanded into Mexico, again, we have to set our sales price once again, but we had to take into consideration this time shipping costs, exchange rates, incremental wages, and also the economy in Mexico. With the information that we had, we decided upon a sales price. However, because it's a new market, then you can't be totally sure of how your product will produce. But with the information that we had, we did our best to set a sales price. Also as well, after being in the business for a couple of years, things were going good. We had expanded and we were happy. However, recession hit North America, where we produce most of our kayaks. When the recession hit, again, because we were comfortable with our product, we decided not to lower our price. It proved detrimental in the end because our prices were already high, and with the recession, we weren't able to sell as much because it's a luxury goods. So customers, in terms of recession, were looking to purchase, I guess, more necessity goods. Our sales fell drastically, and we were left with a lot of inventory in stocks. Our revenue and our profit also fell as well, as so too did our share price. Because of the loss that we suffered, in our 5th year, we decided to reduce our sales price to get rid of the huge inventory that we had amassed throughout the recession. We were able to once again, because we reduced our sales price, we were able to once again make a profit. In our last year of operation, we decided once again to keep our sales price low to increase our profit. However, we weren't fully able to recover from reacting too slowly to the changes in the economy. However, it's a lesson learned, and it proved to be, setting our sales price proved to be the most challenging. So I'll turn back over to Nisi, and she will look at the turning points.
So as Shanika mentioned earlier, we had increased our prices in our 3rd year and had not done so well as a result of that. We experienced a huge decrease in sales and had a ton of product left over. So a huge turning point for our company is when we decreased the prices a little below the suggested selling price in order to liquidate our remaining inventory. And by doing this, we not only liquidated the product we had left over, but we started experiencing a growth of sales overall, and our company was on the road to becoming profitable again. So now Kizzer is going to take you through the pros and cons of team and individual appraisal.
So here we have some pros of self-appraisal. The biggest advantage of self-appraisal is that a self-assessment aims to help an employee to analyze his or her own strength or weaknesses, to create an action plan to change, to create an action plan and to implementing a change on them. So for the peer appraisal advantages, the main advantage is that peer have more opportunity to examine the other employees who are going to be rated, and they have more time to observe the employees rather than the supervisors and the senior management. So the biggest disadvantage of peer appraisal is log rolling. Log rolling is that peers meet each other in a cafeteria or somewhere else, and they usually rate themselves each other higher than the other senior management or supervisors. So here are some recommendations for team appraisal. One of them is creative thinking. By this technique, we got a chance to brainstorm the different ideas and comes up with the best one. Our team encouraged the input of every member and always appreciated their different creative ideas that help us to step forward to make decision effectively. Second of them, we have consensus decision making. By using consensus decision making technique, our group usually reached to an agreement that is devoted to finding the solutions that everyone strongly supports. So there is a member in a group who empowers and motivates a team by putting the mission in front of them and the positive ways to accomplish those tasks that they are given as a team. Then we have a note taker. In each and every group, there is a note taker who write down the agenda of a meeting, like who write down what are the duties and responsibilities given to the other members, other group members, and what are the decisions that they made in the last year or in the last assignment. So there is always a person who write down all these detail and information, and that will help in the future when they are presenting to someone else and we are making some decisions on them later on. Now I would like to invite Claire to proceed further.
So our company had working capital of roughly 3.8 million. This gives us a sign of growth as which we wish to remain competitive. Our high working capital ratio of 4.89 tells us that we aren't investing in our excess assets. It also tells us that we have more than enough short-term assets to cover our short-term debt that we had. To best optimize our working capital to keep a competitive edge would be to manage our accounts receivable, manage our accounts payable and inventory, and lastly, utilizing our financing options. For our payables and inventory, in year 4 our company had sold out all of our stock, so we had to bounce back. We made sure we had enough inventory on hand to safely meet demand, although holding excess inventory is costly and presented us with an opportunity cost where we could have invested the money elsewhere. Therefore, better utilizing working capital.
That's it from our presentation part. Thank you for listening us and hope you enjoyed it. Have a good night.